everyone. It is Monday and Thursday are the time for my regularly scheduled draft videos. Last week I actually got up 4. Usually I only do 2. This week I might be able to get up 3. And then after that we'll probably go back to 2 a week for a little while. Although it looks like my March is going to be pretty open. But so maybe then during when, especially if it's a good format, when Masters 25 or whatever it's called is out, I might put up more than 2 drafts a week of that as well, but we'll see. So I'll see you guys when the draft fires. We're obviously drafting more Rivals of Ixalan. Okay. Well, this is a pretty strong pack. Kumena's Awakening is pretty good. It's better in a control deck, but it does turn into a one-sided extra card draw a turn effect a lot of the time, and that's nice. Luminous Bonds is, of course, quite good. Forerunner of the Empire is as well, and so is Kitesail Corsair. I think I'm going to take the Forerunner. I mean, having the ability to do 1 to the whole board is nuts, especially if you can combo with other creatures with Enrage. Even if you can't, it's good, but it's nuts when you can combo it with Enrage. Kumena's Awakening, like I said, is good. It can sort of turn into a bomb, but the fact that I say turn into means that it's not always, for a while. You can't play it on turn 4 in most scenarios. Sometimes you can, and then it's awesome. But I like the Forerunner a little more, and then I would probably take Luminous Bonds, and then the Corsair, who's one of the best 2-drops in the format. But Forerunner of the Empire does kill it. There's a lot of good X1s that die to Forerunner in this format. So we'll take it. See if we can be a dinosaur deck of one kind or another. Vona's Hunger is pretty good. Legion Lieutenant's pretty good. What do we have in red here? Just Mutiny. Just Mutiny. That's interesting. I'm tempted to take Legion's Lieutenant and see if we can make that work. It may seem crazy, but basically taking the Forerunner is doing the same thing. I mean, it's saying, let's see if we can make a dinosaur deck with a lot of Enrage work. There's not a card here that's like premium in any way. I think Vona's Hunger gets the closest. And it can be pretty backbreaking, especially once you ascend. But I think I like the Lieutenant a little more. I'm also a little more inclined to take the Lieutenant because somehow, despite the number of times I've drafted this format, probably like 20-ish at this point, I have never drafted one of these Lords, which is weird, right? Because I've played this format, I've played Vampire decks, I've played Merfolk decks, and it definitely is pushing me towards wanting to take it a little more. I could definitely see taking the Hunger, but we're going to take the Lieutenant and see what happens here. It's definitely more of an all-in kind of card, both of these are, than Vona's Hunger, which you could play in any black deck. But so I will admit, Vona's Hunger probably the better pick there. But if Vampires are open, we're going to be pretty happy. Okay, there's a Bombard here, but there's also a Thrashing Brontodon. I think maybe Bombard's better. It is a great removal spell. Shake the Foundations is better than it looks in this format. We could take a Vampire, but I was really only going to like push myself into Vampires if we saw some crazy stuff. And yeah, I mean, Squire's Devotion, Legion Conquistador, Dinosaur Hunter, those are all good. Brontodon's great. I like having a mainboard way to destroy like Squire's Devotions and stuff. Bombard or Brontodon? That is the question. We could try to force Vampires, but I think when we're seeing these 2 cards, that's not what we should be doing, sadly. I think Bombard's better. Obviously, we need Dinosaurs. Wow, there's another Vona's Hunger. Well, on the topic of forcing Vampires, we do have Exultant Skymarcher, Martyr of Dusk, and Sanguine Glorifier here, on top of Vona's Hunger, which also goes well, obviously, since it's black-white deck. We do also have a Stormfleet Swashbuckler. I'm definitely waffling a lot this draft. Because there's a lot of, like, this pick, the best thing to do, if it probably would be to play it safe and take the Swashbuckler. But I might take a Vampire payoff. I like the Glorifier a lot. I do think the Sky Marcher is better in a vacuum, so maybe we should just take it in case we end up in, like, red-white dinos. Yeah, that's probably better. Martyr of Dusk is good too, but Sky Marcher is better. Just great stats. I mean, it's not anything special. Man, another Brontodon. I could have had 2 Brontodons, you say. Okay. Probably just... We can take Hardy Veteran or Trailblazer. I guess I'll take the Trailblazer. Doesn't combo great with Forerunner, but I think that's where we're going to go here. It's looking less and less likely that Legion Lieutenant finds its way into this deck. Okay, well, we have a dinosaur, but it's not one I like a lot. Conquistador, you know, if you can really chain a lot of them together, it's nice. And, you know, if we end up in vampires, it would be good. It's, you know, Hardy Veteran, Jadecraft Artisan are both good too, but I think I'm going to take a Conquistador here. See if we can pick up some more. Charging Tuscadon, I think we probably take that. Yeah, we do. Horncrest goes well in the dinosaur deck, certainly. Firebrand and Sea Red are both nice. Sea Red's especially nice when you put it on like a Trailblazer. And the fire. Should I take the dinosaur or one of these guys? Basically what we're looking at. I am going to take the Firebrand. I think it's just such a good card. Okay, here we'll take, well, you don't have to play white. Yeah, let's take Knight of the Stampede. And maybe that'll work out. I guess I'll take Dinosaur Hunter here. It's definitely the best card in the pack on the off chance that we do somehow end up in black-white. Snubhorn Sentry's not bad. Neither is Shake the Foundations, though. I think we just take that. Now, our deck may end up changing its composition a little bit in a world where we have these guys because we have two cards that do one to everything. Genealogy's Crown is nice. I think it's better than the Raptor, especially with Enrage. So we have 3 good ways of triggering Enrage, so I should probably just start taking anything with it for the extra value. I mean, there's a lot of... The ideal things are like Needletooth Raptor, right? I mean, but there's no guarantee we get that. And we could still end up being a white deck, incidentally. Well, that Hardy Veteran does definitely push me into thinking green's open enough because it's a good little 2-drop. But yeah, we have to think. I mean, at least the Firebrand. The Firebrand actually works well with Enrage too because you can just target something with it and Enrage. Okay, this pack's interesting. I think Form of the Dinosaur is good. It's a weird card for sure. The one time I've drafted it, it was good. I've heard other people say it's good. It's sort of a polarizing card, though. If you're behind, it's pretty bad. If you're at parity or ahead, it basically wins you the game. But if you're behind, it can get to be pretty terrible. The other things we have going on here are Suncrested Pterodon, which is pretty great alongside other dinosaurs. If we're still thinking about white, we've got Baffling End, which Baffling End is probably the best card in this pack, just like in a vacuum. Legion Conquistador, another one of those. You know, some vampire stuff going on. But what do we take? I mean, we're looking to be green, I think. But this could be enough to push me towards wanting to think about white. It's enough better than Form. I mean, yeah, we'll take it. We'll take Baffling End. Champion of Dusk. Man, the world really wanted me to play vampires. And I said no. So here we probably take Jungleborn Pioneer. The Merfolk token does die to our effects that do one to everything, but that's okay, I think. It's a good card in general. Okay. Wow. 2 Signpost Uncommons. Relentless Raptor is pretty nice if you're the red-white aggro deck. And there's a Hunt the Weak here, which is pretty good. Where are the dinosaurs, man? Another Sky Marcher. I think we take Hunt the Weak, though. Yeah. We do. Ooh, Atsukan Seer. How about that? This draft is not going super well. I'm not going to lie. Things have just sort of been all over the place. We could just take another Knight of the Stampede and push our deck more and more towards being a ramp deck, playing like the 6-drop common guy and stuff like that. And that's not a bad place to go. This helps us ramp in a way that nothing else we have does, but it also means we have to give up Knight of the Stampede, basically. It's not worth splashing because it helps you splash in the first place. So you don't want to splash a card that helps you splash. So I'm going to take another Knight of the Stampede here. Frilled Death Spitter, though, maybe you just want that. Yeah, let's just take the Death Spitter. We have enough ways of doing one to the whole board. And there's a Reckless Rage, which will work well. Now, we don't have a ton of Enrage at this point, but we have a lot of creatures who can take 2 and live to tell the tale. Direfleet Daredevil's good too, though. But if I really want to push this dinosaur thing, Reckless Rage, I mean, Reckless Rage is pretty great. This is frequently just a 2-mana 2/1 first strike, which is admittedly pretty good. But I think I'm going to take the Rage here. Another Death Spitter. I think we take that. Another Forerunner. We definitely take that. So people a couple weeks ago or whenever that draft went up were upset that I didn't take a Polyraptor. I would take one now. For sure. I think we take Brazen Freebooter. It can help us ramp if that's what we're interested in doing. So this is a dinosaur, but Hardy Veteran is just so much better than it is that we're going to take it. So no Needletooth Raptors, which are the dream, but we got a couple Death Spitters who can do some additional damage, and there's still more Enrage in pack 3, although I think Needletooth is just like the best common or uncommon creature with Enrage there is, so... Okay, Suncalled Raptor versus Sea Red. I think I take Sea Red here. We've got a lot of creatures. It would go well in charging Tuscadon. You know, yeah. Red seems very open. We do have the 2 Forerunners. We can search up our best dinos, which, I mean, I guess at this point that means charging Tuscadon. It would be nice to pick up something a little sexier than that, but... what are you going to do? But yeah, Polyraptor would be sweet with 2 Forerunners. Still an 8-mana card, but between Brazen Freebooter and Knight of the Stampede, I think I would feel okay about it. Freebooter, Bravado, Trailblazer. I think we take the Trailblazer. Those are all playables, so red is very open. I mean, our deck sort of indicates that, I think. Trailblazer does give us something else that dies to shake the foundations, but I think that's okay. We'll know shake the foundations is coming or not coming, and, you know, we can set it up so we aren't hurt by it as badly as our opponent is. So yeah, in terms of dinosaurs, at this point we have 2 Death Spitters, a Tuscadon. That's it, actually. We will take another Knight of the Stampede. No Colossal Dreadmaws came our way, which is unfortunate. One of the great things about Hardy Veteran is how good it is with Hunt the Weak. There aren't that many 2-drops that are good with Hunt the Weak, but because this will be a 3/5 on your turn when you cast Hunt the Weak, it can kill a lot of things and survive with Hunt the Weak. Plummet for our sideboard. I mean, our deck's going to destroy decks with lots of X1s in them. That's for sure. You naturalize for the sideboard, yeah. Those are 2 pretty nice sideboard cards for a green deck that I'm happy to pick up super, super late. I never get Needletooth Raptors, man. It's hard to do. I mean, people take them early. The one time I did take them, I'm sure some of you saw that draft video, I had 2 of them and like 2 Raging Regisaurs, and it was like the worst. You know, sometimes it just happens in Magic where you don't get to really play. And it was one of those drafts where it was just like the draft went really well, but I just kept either flooding or getting screwed or whatever. And it happens, and that's part of the game. That, you know, the randomness that's associated with Magic is part of what makes it interesting. If it was just like the best player who won every game, that wouldn't be that interesting, right? I mean, That's how it is in a lot of sports and other competitive things. Obviously, this isn't quite a sport, I wouldn't call it, but yeah. Treasure map is fun. I think it's better now than it used to be. I mean, we're not really ramping. We don't have anything to ramp into, unfortunately. So New Horizons, I don't think I want that. I don't want Rummaging Goblin. Diviner's okay, but yeah, I think we just take a treasure map. Scrying is nice. It improves our draws, and then we can draw a bunch of cards with it once it flips. Having 2 Forerunners is awesome. It's just unfortunate the good dinosaurs and the other payoffs, the enrage cards, haven't really been there for us. I mean, the Death Spitters are going to be nice. I mean, imagine just playing a dinosaur and we have 2 Death Spitters in play. Oh, well, here's another card that triggers a bunch of enrage and its inner colors. It's good. It's kind of sad, though, that we're getting all these ways to trigger enrage, and we don't actually have that much of it. I mean, the more of these we pick up, too, the less good, like, Trailblazers get. Okay, this pack's interesting. So Bellowing Aegisaur is a great enrage trigger. We don't have any good ways to splash, though, other than the treasures this makes. And there's not a lot of good splashing left in this pack, but it is great. I mean, if we can, with all of the stuff we have going on, it would be great. But again, the problem is we don't have any good ways to splash. There's not Evolving Wilds in this pack. There's a Pillar of Origins here, which I'd be kind of tempted to play, but we honestly don't have that many dinosaurs. I really wish I could take you, Aegisaur. I really wish I could, but I think I have to take the Dreadmaw. Which is good. I mean, I'm happy to have a Dreadmaw. It gives us something that makes our Knight of the Stampedes look like they make a little more sense. So yeah, that's what we'll take, but why is Aegisaur white? Ooh, Drover of the Mighty. God, if I knew that was the next pick, I would have taken that Aegisaur. Man, well, we're definitely taking the Drover, but that's frustrating. That's annoying. Unfriendly Fire. How much removal do we have? We have a lot of ways to kill little guys. I guess we probably want Unfriendly Fire here over Ixalan's Keeper and whatnot. Though the Keeper does survive all the 1 damage we do, but hey. Another Dreadmaw. We do have a Sun Crown Hunters, but it has Enrage, yes. So maybe it synergizes well. Maybe does it synergize well enough to not take another Dreadmaw? What the hell, we'll do it. We have so many ways to do damage that it makes sense to take it. There's a Thrash of Raptors. Merfolk are open. Yeah, we'll take the Thrash. If that Aegisaur comes back, I would play it now. I don't think it will, though. I think we take Unknown Shores here. We do have a freebooter, too. I forgot about that. Man, I should have taken that Aegisaur. God, that would have been so sweet. So sweet. We'll take a Diviner. I don't think we play it in this deck. Dual Shot. I mean, it works well with Enrage, though. Again, we don't have the best Enrage. Where is that Aegisaur? Oh, God. Between Drover the Mighty, Treasure Map, and Brazen Freebooter, we could have done it. Since we're not splashing, though, I think I cut the Freebooter. Yeah. mean, I think our deck still looks good. I'm just every time I try to draft this enrage heavy deck, it just doesn't work out for me, basically. And that is a little disappointing. Nest Robber is a dinosaur, but maybe I'd rather just have... Of course, we already basically have Crushing Canopy, a better version of it. So I guess we'll take a Nest Robber. I don't think it makes the cut, though. Got to think about whether or not Tulanali's Crown is worth it anymore. Probably not. I mean, we have so many other ways of doing... I mean, yeah, putting on Sun Crown Hunters is sweet and all, but... Between Raging Swordtooth, 2 Forerunners of the Empire, and Shake the Foundations, I think we're probably okay on little ways to ping things. That's not even mentioning Reckless Rage. Emerging Growth. I think we take Crushing Canopy now. Ixalan's Keeper. I mean, maybe with everything we have going on, we want to cut a Trailblazer for it because we don't want to kill all our Trailblazers. Should have taken that Aegisaur. That would have been a great... That is a great payoff for Enrage. And we didn't get it. Of course, there was no way I could know that Drover of the Mighty was next. And it would have still been shaky to run the one pirate who makes treasure and treasure map and hope that that was enough. So, yeah. I think it was the right decision, but in hindsight, with the Drover of the Mighty in the very next pack, plus we have Unknown Shores, which isn't great. You'd have to pay 7 to play the Bellowing Aegisaur, which isn't really what you want to do. Yeah, but this deck seems fine. Nice removal, few enraged things going on. Forerunners better now after that third pack, because after pack 1, this was all we could get that was really scary, but now we have 3 things that are really scary. But we do need to cut some stuff here. We could consider moving Shake to the sideboard. Still leaves us with 3 ways to do 1 to the whole board, so yeah, it's probably fine. I think we do need to run 17 lands in this. The Firebrand being able to trigger Enrage is kind of nice, but the Enragers we have, I mean, it can just make it so we do some damage to our opponent. And that's not that exciting, honestly. And it makes it so our deck only has 1 creature who dies to all the 1 damage we can do. So I think cutting it's probably fine. Yeah, all right. I think this deck looks solid. I'm like I said, continuously disappointed when I tried to draft this deck. And the one time I got 2 Needletooth Raptors, my deck didn't cooperate with me. This time we got all the ways to do damage, but it's still a good deck. I mean, these can just destroy the board sometimes, and that is awesome. We did change our deck a little bit because we have so many ways of doing 1. Like normally, Ixalan's Keeper would not be better than Goblin Trailblazer, but I think in this case, it's what we wanted to do. All right, so I'll see you guys in the first match. All right, we're looking at match 1. I think this hand is a mulligan. We just need a 2-drop somewhere in there. It's a little too dangerous to keep. If I had a 3, I would probably keep it, but yeah, we'll send it back. Gonna send that one back too. Not off to a great start here. Kind of had to keep this one. Sure, we'll keep that on top. So we can at least play Trailblazer, and Treasure Map can very slowly help us find what we need. But obviously, starting with a mold of 5. Why is there a hold on my upkeep? Starting with a hold of 5. A hold of 5. A hand with 5 cards, at least we're on the draw, but is always not what you want to be doing. Giltgrove Stalker. Okay. Well, that means we play Trailblazer. I mean, what we're kind of hoping is we just draw a Forest and we can play Ixalan's Keeper and we can keep building our board. But if we don't, we just play Treasure Map. We actually ended up running more Forests than Mountains in the deck because we have so many green 2-drops, but hasn't felt that way. So if they play the 3-mana 2/2 who makes a 1/1 token here, we're going to be really sad. It's just a Cherished Hatchling. Yeah, that's not good. Well, we're going to attack. Get in for 2. And play our treasure map, and unfortunately, end our turn. Yeah, that's pretty good, especially when we're stuck on 2. So we take 6 here. Hey, we drew green. That does mean... Is it better to play our Death Spitter because it can actually block this and trade? Or Keeper because then it can also scry? I think it's probably better to play the Death Spitter still. I guess we're going to attack too with our Trailblazer. It's not good at blocking any of these things anyway. I mean, we could block this, but yeah. So a bounce spell here is pretty devastating. Hunt the Weak doesn't feel great either. 4, 6, 8. We go to 4. And yeah, we're dead. All right. Well, we didn't really see what our deck can do there. Hopefully it can do a little more in the next game. We didn't see enough to know if we want any of our sideboard cards. We do have a good sideboard. So we'll go ahead and submit this deck again. And maybe we'll get one of this pile of 2-drops in our opening hand, and along with like 3 lands. And then like any of this stuff, I'll take it. Treasure map, like, yeah, it costs 2, but you don't really want to play it early unless there's no pressure on you, but that wasn't the case for us. We had lots of pressure on us. We can do better than that. I know we can. All right. Would I like to play first? Yes. Look, we did better. We have a bunch of 2-drops and a 3-drop and a Bombard. So this game should go considerably different for us. We should at least be able to put up a fight. Question is, we probably play the Trailblazer first. I mean, it's easier to get in with. It's also easier to kill, but I think we go Trailblazer. Then probably Pioneer. I don't have any 2-drops, which is good for us. We can curve out now. It'd be great if we draw one of our dinos. Top curve ones especially. Yeah, I think we just go Jungleborn Pioneer. They go Jungleborn Pioneer. Okay, I think I attack with my Jungleborn Pioneer and my Merfolk token. Maybe just my Pioneer. Let's just attack with the Pioneer. And then I think I'd rather play Knight of the Stampede than 2 Hardy Veterans, because there's just so many things we can draw that the Knight of the Stampede makes better. It also blocks better. It's always a 2/4 instead of only sometimes. I could have bombarded the Jungleborn Pioneer and attacked with everything, but I think I want to hold on to Bombard. Alright, so Knight of the Stampede comes down. Yep, we went 2, 3, 4, and they're all pretty good cards. Wouldn't mind drawing Dreadmaw or our 6-mana Enrage Dino. I mean, even if we just draw like the 3-mana 3/2, playing it for 1 mana is a huge upside. Like, that's some big upside. Pioneer number 2. Jeez. All these Pioneers. No dinos. So what do I do here? I can attack with this and then bombard the other part, except they'll probably be blocking with a merfolk token, and it won't really make a difference. So, I think we just attack with our pioneer. We could attack with this and hope that they just like block with these two, and then we can bombard the other. But they'll probably block with pioneer and 2 merfolk tokens, in which case, well, that's still not bad, huh? Interesting. Let's attack with both. I think bombard can set us up pretty nicely here. They could have dive down, which I really hope they don't. Yeah, they're just going to take... I'm okay with them taking 2 and killing a pioneer. And this time I think we do play both our hardy veterans. They can attack through this stuff pretty well, just like the knight just did. They have the same stats, actually, as long as it's our turn. We've got Bombard to deal with any serious threat. And of course, we haven't drawn any of our serious threats, unfortunately, but we do have better board presence than our opponent does. Sea Red would be nice right now on this Trailblazer. And yeah, I mean, if we draw a 6 mana Dino right now, we're also pretty happy. Okay, what are they doing with 5 mana? Air Elemental. Well, there's the thing that's going to get bombarded. Another Knight of the Stampede. But yeah, we're just going to fire off Bombard right here. I think we attack with both hardy veterans. I don't want to attack with the Knight because, well, I can attack with all 3. I do have another Knight in my hand. Maybe I just go for it with everything, even the Trailblazer. Nah, just these 3. There's really no good way for them to block. I mean, yeah, they can block in a way where they keep... I mean, I get to kill 2 merfolk tokens no matter how they block. And they also take 4, which they'll probably block this if they decide, oh, they're just going to take 6. Okay, cool with me. They go to 8. And we'll end our turn. Our dinosaur deck is not delivering on the dinosaurs right now. One with the wind on one of those, yeah. That is a nuisance. But we're far enough ahead in this race that it's not... I mean, the biggest problem right now is that it can block effectively. Hunt the weak +1 with the wind. That's a little more of a problem. Do you attack, though? No, I don't think so. Of course, after our Knight of the Stampede goes down. The Death Spitter is going to be nice. But I'm going to play another Knight of the Stampede here. And just end the turn. We got to find a way to get in for the last few damage. Frill Death Spitter will certainly help us with that, but... Does he get in there? No. Hello. That's the guy we've been looking for. Do they have counter magic? No. Now we have an attack next turn. Okay, we will take 4. Did I rig haul or bounce my... Yeah, okay. That is obnoxious. Hello. So interesting. I can play the Forerunner. If I use the Forerunner to find me my Razor Tooth thing, it does 2 to everything, which blows up most of their board and keeps some of our guys alive. So, I think I am actually going to just play the Forerunner here. We have the time. And we'll put Raging Sword Tooth, right? That's what we want more than anything. Yeah. We can actually also play Frilled Death Spitter first and get a trigger off of that. Although, we'll get 2 triggers off of it, actually. It'll die, but it'll drop them to 4. So, that seems pretty good. I am going to end my turn. It'll kill everything. Yeah, he knows what's on top. I was going to say, it'll kill everything but his flyer. So, Forerunner for the win there. That went a little more how we wanted. So, we could bring in Naturalize. We'd probably bring in Crushing Canopy, actually. We saw Air Elemental. We saw one with the wind. It can deal with both. Yeah, I think it's better than bringing in either Naturalize or Plummet. Probably just cut Treasure Map. Be sweet if we had like a dragon or a elder dinosaur to put on top. I've drafted Tetsamok once and Zatalpa once. Sadly, I'm not sure I recorded either of those. But that's it. Man, this is another not so good hand. Would be great if we just had a forest. Like this would suddenly become a very good hand, but... Okay, this time we have the opposite issue, but I kind of feel like we need to keep it, and we're just going to have to mulligan a scry and hope we have what we want on top, and we don't. Ooh, mulliganing not going super well for us here. We have one more chance to draw a mountain before things get awkward. And if we do, we're going to feel pretty good. That's not good, though. Nope, things get awkward. That's rough. I think our mana is perfectly fine. Oh, good. That's what we wanted to see. My God. I think we're just dead, you guys. I mean, Hadana's Climb will very quickly make this so big that it just destroys me. In fact, if he just plays... Yeah, now this is going to flip now. So he's going to hit me for 5, 6... I'm glad we have a way to blow up enchantments, incidentally, but not hitting red here is going to be our downfall. Yeah, we're just going to scoop. No need to keep playing that game. We had mana screw in game 1 and 3. Game 2, we won. So, see what he said. Messages are not appearing because Magic Online's awesome. I'm sure they were like, sorry you got mana screwed. So, all right, I'll see you guys in the next match. Hopefully we can do a little bit better. All right, match 2 looks like it's off to a pretty good start. I mean, we can just try to ride a C-rated hardy veteran to the win, potentially. We got a couple big guys too, so it'd be nice to draw ways to get them into play more quickly, but this is a solid hand. Red-green has been pretty cruel to me when, if you go look at my draft videos, I feel like every time I've drafted red-green, I've gone 1 and 2. So maybe I shouldn't be drafting it. I don't know. This format on the whole has been good to me, but so An opponent in green-blue, their most likely removal. Ooh, that's going to be nice. Their most likely removal is like, oh, white. I wonder what they're splashing that for. That makes me worry they have like luminous bonds or something. It makes me a lot less likely to just slap sea red onto this right now. I may hold on to it. I can still attack here anyway, so I think that seems reasonable. But obviously we can kill Giltgrove Stalker with a dinosaur coming into play next turn. So green and white. Did they like side into a different deck? Oh wait, I'm playing a different person. Yeah, that's right. I'm tired, okay. So many people play turn 2 Giltgrove Stalker, you know, it's like, that's a can Seer. So the question is, do I just bombard that Seer and attack? Because the Seer is a problem. Or do I play Forerunner? I think I bombard the Seer and attack. And we get in for 2. And we take 2. Sure they have something to play? No, they don't. Wow. Drover of the Mighty, huh? Well, Divine Verdict is a possibility, but I am perfectly happy trading a Hardy Veteran for a Divine Verdict here. Nope, they're just going to take it. All right, so what do we do here? We could play Drover first, but I think we want to play the Forerunner. Use its ability. And we want to be able to play a dinosaur next turn so we can kill this, basically. Because we already have our 2 biggest threats. I mean, the Sword Tooth's nice, but I think we just grab, like, Thrash of Raptors. Although I could grab Frilled Death Spitter and be able to play, if I draw a land, play Drover. Yeah, let's take the Death Spitter. It'll also do more damage to our opponent when it comes into play. So that works for me. Assuming our Forerunner's still alive. Oh, what am I talking about drawing? Like I said, I'm tired. I'm going to draw the Death Spitter, and so I'm not also going to draw a land. So that'll do 2 to them coming into play alone. Wow, you're just going a little aggro there. Could have saved that to save your guy for a turn, I feel like. I wonder if there's a reason they did that. I couldn't block it anyway. Ah, that's the reason. There you go. All right. In that case, we're going to attack. I could maybe I should have played Sea Red now, huh? Get in for 2, drop into 14. And play Drover of the Mighty. We take 2, go to 10. Sun-Crested Pterodon. Yeah, that's certainly annoying. Do I play my Death Spitter here? Or do I play Knight of the Stampede? If I play Death Spitter, this becomes a 3/3 and it can actually block. This can also block, incidentally. I guess I'll play Knight of the Stampede. Yeah. And we'll just end our turn there. So they have flyers. I'm sure they have more than the Sun-Crested Pterodon as well, so we'll probably bring in Plummet. We could bring in Crushing Canopy just because there's even more likely there's a good chance they have Luminous Bonds or something too, so maybe we just bring in a Crushing Canopy instead. Man, that Forerunner dying was brutal. Right. We go to 6. Do they have like 2 tricks to just kill me here? They might. Okay, so we can play a bunch of dinosaurs now. By a bunch, I mean like 2. So I'm going to play Death Spitter. I guess I attack with... Well, because my opponent might have Divine Verdict, I actually just want to play this Dreadmon now. So that if they kill my Knight of the Stampede with a Divine Verdict or something, I still got the Dreadmon out there. Right, we get in for 4. We have a ton of damage on the table. Can our opponent kill us? And we haven't even played Sea Red yet. Well, we definitely want to bring in... Yeah, well, giving this Vigilance is a problem too. So, we're dead a lot of different ways. I think making our guy with Trample as big as humanly possible is probably a good place to start, because obviously blocking him is tricky, but I think we lose. Might want to bring in Plummet and Crushing Canopy. I mean, again, Luminous Bonds is so likely. They may have to block in such a way that we have one more turn in us. No, never mind. So this tramples for 4, 7, 9, and they go to 1. Yeah, we don't quite get there. We do kill this. Oh, we actually do get another turn. Ah, interesting. Interesting. I think we kill the bigger one. Taking away Vigilance is good. We actually end up killing... No, we can't kill both of them, no. But he's not... Our Dreadmaw's not going to die either. So, I think because our attack... this is still going to do 2 to you, though. Okay. Who do we want to first strike? I guess we'll kill the big guy. Bigger power, anyway. So we kill that. Kill that. They go to 3. They go to 1. All they have left is Pterodon. And we'll play an Ixalan's Keeper. And unless they have an Aura or a Pump Spell or... I don't know what. No, they have a Pump Spell. As confidently as they went to combat there. Yeah, they win with the Pump Spell. All right. We almost got there. I think we may want to bring in Plummet and Crushing Canopy, because they're going to have Luminous Bonds, you know? But what do we cut? Maybe we don't want both. Maybe we just bring in the Canopy. Yeah, it has more targets. Fighting to not go 0-2 here with red-green. My best friend, red-green. Where's this been? Maybe we want to bring in Shake the Foundations. Don't quite think we saw enough X1s for that. I would like to play first. Man. I think we got the mulligan. It's tempting to keep, but... Okay, that's a lot better. Drover the Mighty really keeps this hand, makes this hand a keeper. I think I'm going to put that on the bottom. I'd rather draw a mountain at some point. Our Reckless Rage is going to be pretty bad for a while. Awesome. So, now I think I just play the Trailblazer, actually. Since we're not ramping in anything right now, I think just getting in for the early damage is important. Hey, there's Forerunner, who will kill our poor Trailblazer and our poor Drover right now, actually. So that's kind of... Actually, the Drover will survive because it's when it enters the best. So the Drover would survive, at least. So let's play Drover of the Mighty. We'll leave mana up for Reckless Rage. I doubt we'll use it, but obviously you can use it in response to your opponent trying to kill your dude. So that's nice. Thrashing Brontodon. Yeah, that's not so nice. We could use it. Okay, so we're going to play... Forerunner of the Empire. And I think... What do we want? Maybe just Thrash. Frill Death Spitter even. Yeah, let's put the Death Spitter on top. And we will attack with Trailblazer. I'm like 99% sure Drover of the Mighty will survive anyway, if we play a dinosaur. Conquistador, okay. Grab your vampires. Okay. Well... I say we go for it. See if what happens is what I think happens. Actually, let's attack with Goblin Trailblazer first. If we can just take a freaking Legion Conquistador down, I'm happy with that. Chances are he just takes it, though. So we'll kill the Conquistador. And then we will play Frill Death Spitter. Yep, good. He will survive. We'll use its ability. Lets us hit our opponent for 2. And every time we play Dinosaur, we can do that. See if they have any more. Nope, just the 2. That's good news for us. Okay, so we're 1 mana away from Dreadmaw. And we can leave mana up for Unfriendly Fire and Reckless Rage. So I think we just end our turn. Not a lot we could do there. So here, if our opponent uses like Hunt the Weak or something, we have an answer, and that always feels really good when you can blow out a Hunt the Weak. I'm almost willing to say we'll just win the game if they try to cast like a Hunt the Weak here. They do not, though. Okay, so should we kill something? We're going to kill this when we play our Dreadmaw, which we might not play. Yeah, let's use Unfriendly Fire. Okay, they're going to save him. Works for me. Well, we didn't draw the mana for Dreadmaw, but we can play Thrash of Raptors, who will kill this. Do 2 to our opponent. And we still have mana up for Reckless Rage. And I mean, we could attack with this, honestly. Wouldn't be the worst. Nah. Doing 2 damage every time we play Dinosaur is pretty good. So even though it looks like we're tapped out, we can Reckless Rage in response to a Hunt the Weak still and really get the value of a 2-for-1. That's what we're aiming for here. Finally got to set this up, which has been fun. Would be better if we had a Needletooth Raptor, you know, where we would just get to kill a creature every time we played a dinosaur. That card's insane. They're thinking deep. So if what would they hit with Hunt the Weak is the question. Maybe the Forerunner, just because they're so, you know, obviously doing 1 and killing their guys is a big problem. Heliopterus, huh? Okay. That's kind of a problem. But is it enough of 1 for me to cast Reckless Rage right now? I don't think so. Okay, so we can cast our Dreadmaw now. The question is, do we attack with Thrash of Raptors first? I think we do. Because that can set up all kinds of nonsense. So yeah, let's attack with the Thrash of Raptors. They may just take it, but we're fine with that too. If they block, you know, like double block it, we can set up damage and then play Dreadmaw and potentially kill even more things on their board. Dreadmaw will drop them to 12 thanks to Frill Death Spitter. It'll definitely kill this vampire token, and depending on how they decide to block, we might get to kill something else too. Like if they double block with Thrashing Brontodon and Legion Conquistador, which I don't really need to do. I mean, they can just single block it. But you never know. Yeah, they're just going to take it. That works for me. Drops them to 9. This time we're not going to have mana up for Reckless Rage, but I think that's okay. We're still playing a huge creature. Killing that token. Dropping our opponent to 7. So Hunt the Weak would be bad, but not the end of the world. No attacks. Sounds good to me. Hey, Crushing Canopy. I think we just fire that off here. Kill the Heliopterus. Yeah, all right. We won game 2 at least. Crushing Canopy's good, and I maybe do want to bring in Plummet. We saw 3 flying dinosaurs. Maybe we cut like our most mediocre 2-drop, which is Ixalan's Keeper. Although I feel like having a 2 is pretty nice. Could cut Tuscadon. I mean, it's... I think C-Red's fine here. I mean, it almost won us game 1, I think. All these matches are running together. We almost won 1 game with it, but... what do I cut? Kind of feel like it is Ixalan's Keeper. We still have 4 2-drops. And this is a format where you can get away. As long as I have a 3-drop, we'll probably be okay. Okay, so we have all green mana. We do have a green creature. I think this is a keep. I mean, if we hit red mana, it's great. If we don't, we're in trouble. But Jungleborn Pioneer does gum up the ground a decent amount. Well, we do have a Knight of the Stampede to add to the... Even if we draw another forest, at least we can play that. Ooh, there's Forerunner of the Empire, who is quite good against Gilgrove Stalker, but we still don't have red mana. Yeah, Conquistador. They only have 2, luckily. If they had more than 2 in that last game, that would have been a pain. Okay, well, we did draw another forest. We can play Jungleborn Pioneer. What we really want to do is draw red, play Forerunner of the Empire, and then start playing dinosaurs. That's what we really want to do. Oh, good. Whatley. That's good. Wonder if they just minus 1 several times to kill me. Doesn't seem like the worst plan. No, they're just gonna up her loyalty. Okay. God, all the green mana. I think we attack Whatley with Jungleborn Pioneer. The thing about Whatley is she needs creatures in play. They may just let it hit her. Yeah, they are just going to let it hit her. Play Knight of the Stampede. Mana has not been our friend. End our turn. This does happen, though. I mean, happens to opponents, too. Sometimes we win games because opponents have a horrible luck with their draws, and sometimes we lose them because of it. God, I really wish I could play my Forerunner of the Empire. I could play Forerunner. Oh, no, I couldn't. I need 2 mountains. I was going to say I could play Forerunner and Frill Deathspitter, which obviously is great. Okay, she's at 9 loyalty. She's about to get her Anthem, and we drew another forest. The saltiness is real, you guys. Yeah. Not good. They're going to get the emblem here. Yep. So they get to draw a card every time they play a creature. God, Forerunner of the Empire, please. Please give me red mana. I'll probably get a green dinosaur. Do I have a mono green dinosaur in my deck, though? I don't think I do. We take 2. See red, isn't that hilarious? Thanks, deck. I think we're dead. I mean, we are still alive, obviously enough, but we're not in good shape. If it weren't for that Knight of the Stampede, we'd be really dead. So if they have a removal spell for that, the floodgates will open. It's holding back the guys who don't have evasion. Deep Root Warrior, draw a card. I just need to stop drafting red-green is what I learned today. It has not treated me well. Look at all that loyalty. You can get the emblem more than once, too. My God. I feel like even if we manage to stick a Forerunner of the Empire now, we're kind of screwed. Do you have YouTube channel? And you're about to beat me. On my YouTube channel. Of course, when will this be up? Like a week from when I recorded this, probably. Okay, so we take it. We don't draw a land here. A Mountaineer specifically. God, if we drew a forest right now. Okay, we do draw a mountain. Okay, so I think we play the Forerunner. So we can actually wipe their entire board if we get Raging Swordtooth. It also wipes a bunch of our board, but it's worth it. Okay, so that's the plan here. We're going to try to stick Raging Swordtooth. We'll lose both of these creatures. And we haven't been beaten yet, thanks to finally drawing the red mana. Yeah, well, at least you know that. So if they don't have a way to kill the Forerunner, we're going to go crazy. If they do, we lose. It's simple as that. They don't have another dinosaur in play right now, luckily for us. Maybe they'll mill themselves. That's the problem we have is even after we manage to clear out this board, our opponent has a pretty powerful emblem in play, and they can just get another one right now if they want it. Oh, we can't kill him, so Snubhorn Sentry will stay alive. Play more small creatures. Crash the Ramparts for 5. Oh, yeah, that just kills us. Yeah, right. Right, okay. Yeah. Well, we tried. Did not go super well. We won one game in both, and I think our deck was reasonable. It wasn't like ultra powerful or anything, but obviously we had some serious mana issues. So not the most exciting draft video. I think the draft was fun and interesting, and some of the games were kind of a nightmare though. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next draft video.